Hello guys, I'm back, and this time I'm going to be doing a video on all my loadouts in TF2. So let's get going guys. Let's start with the Scout. What happened? Hang on, let's try it again. Well, for my Scout, I use the mildly disturbing Halloween mask. And then I have an Oil badge, but normally I would wear like a Professor Specs and the World Traveler's hat, but for the Halloween theme, I'm going with the Halloween mask. So I have the scattergun, the homemade heater. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite weapons, and that I got from Gunmetal, and the candy cane for the health kit that drops. It's really useful. Let's see. I have my soldiers, same cosmetics. Small town bring down, buff banner, equalizer. So basically, I gain the. I really don't use the equalizer much. It's kind of a useful weapon, I guess. But and I honestly should use the disciplinary action, but I don't. And guys, this is my pyro. Personally, my pyro is Personally, the pyro is one that I use a lot. So I have the beast from below, special Halloween mask, operational also badge, Professor Specs. I have the degreaser. I've got the flare gun, and I use the power jack for running really fast. The degreaser and flare gun combo I feel like this works really well. And then of course I've got my demo man, or should I say my demo knight, with the sock grenade launcher, the tide turner, and the Scotsman's skull cutter. I love the skull cutter because it's extra damage, but it slows you down. It's awesome. I've got the heavy, of course, the brick house minigun. My only ever gun no unbox. I've got my somewhat threatening the locos bar. I'm really attached to this thing. It's my first ever crate unbox. And the gloves are running urgently for running really fast. It's useful. The engineer. I've got the Widowmaker, the homemade heater, and the gunslinger. Yes, I know, I use the gunslinger. It works. Then I have the Bloodsauger for the medic. The medic has such a funny Halloween mask. Let's see, I use the stock minigun. I also have the crit screen quick fix on the vaccinator. I knew I would want the vaccinator. Let's see, I've got the Uber saw and the Bloodsauger again. Because the Bloodsauger is just really useful. I like it for the survival tactic it gives, the minigun for the invulnerability, the Uber saw for building up Uber really quickly. This is my sniper. I use the Hitman's Heatmaker, the Darwin's Danger Shield, and the Ham Shank. And then, of course, here's my Spy. Spy is one of my favorite classes, which is why I had this epic hat for him. It looks so cool with the Frenchman's beret. Look at that Spy. Like, seriously, how could you not love a Spy like that? Then, of course, I got my good old stock knife, my Killstreak festive revolver. This thing's my pride and joy. This thing is one of my favorite weapons because got it from a good trade. Got it from a really good trade, and now I use it a ton because I haven't been around for a Smithson's update yet. I've got the stock Invis watch and the stock sapper. Oh yeah, and I want to show you my MVM loadouts too. So for my MVM scout, I used to use the scattergun. I exchanged my homemade heater for Mad Milk, and then since I don't have the candy cane, I generally use the Sandman because it works really well. And I probably actually should hang on guys. I'm actually gonna. I need to change those into A and B loadouts. Anyway, but for my soldier, I generally use the black box for the health, the buff banner again, and then I also use the disciplinary action for making my team move really fast quickly. And then no, actually no, I'm gonna equip this, equip that, and then I know their hat's not gonna work, so you know. I have the pyro. My B loadout for my MVM loadout for pyro is still the greaser. I melted down my phlogiston because I hate the phlogiston, the fiber of my being. So flare gun, home wrecker. So not much different except for the home wrecker. And then of course gotta equip my Halloween stuffy. I really like that. Oh, I can do that. Ha, yes, yes, we're going with that. Wait, why is my Devilman on C loadout? What? Okay, I guess I'm. Then for my D loadout for the Devilman, then for my Man vs. Machine loadout for Devilman, I used Lock and Load because it still works pretty well. I use the stock sticky. Then I generally use the ham shank or bat out of hell. And of course, can't forget the awesome Halloween stuff. And then the heavy. Good old heavy. Eyes, hand. I still use the brick house because it just works really well. I exchanged my candy bar for a sandwich. And then I generally I use the Guzzle Ring originally still, just to run around quickly. However, actually I should probably use the Fist of Steel, but anyway, whatever. Then for my engineer, I don't have the Rescue Ranger. I don't know if I did, I would use that, but for now I'm stuck with the Widowmaker, the Wrangler, and the Southern Hospitality. And I should probably switch back to my normal loadouts real quick. Sorry guys, this is a little disorganized. I didn't really have time to plan out this video very well, so hang on, let's put on that, because that's awesome. Because that is the best look ever, I feel like. Then of course, I gotta switch back to this. And then of course my scale, I gotta... Wait, I have a B, C, and D loadout for my scout? Huh. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I just got my cosmetics. Yeah, because I'm just setting this up now, guys, so you get to see what my MVM load looks like. Good old NG. I don't have a lot of hats. I'm not a big hat kind of guy. I don't spend a lot of money on this game, unfortunately. I have the Kritzkrieg. I generally use, and not the Solemn Vow. I want the Ubersaw. Crossbow Kritzkrieg Ubersaw works really well in Man vs. Machine. Crossbows fire into a crowd and hit something in general, and it works. This is my sniper. For MVM, I switched out the Hitman's Heat. I switched out the Girardi. I switched out the Darwin's Danger Shield for a bottle of pee, as I call it, and the Bushwhacker, because that's just a really good combo. Now let's see. And then for my spy. For the spy, I'll probably use the Diamondback, the knife, probably the Cloak and Dagger, and then the stock sabre because this just works really well. Frenchman's Beret, Professor Specs, Operation Hospital Badge. And there we go, guys. That is my loadouts.